Hi there. All right, I've got a new Arum to show you. This one is Tunnel 14, Redwood. Cool stain in the middle of this set. I think gives it a lot of character. It's almost like a built-in sunburst. Brazilian rosewood, back and sides. A set that is nearly black. Just has a few nice little glowing highlights in it. I mean, you can see it has a lot of spider webbing and stuff in it too, but it's really hard to see unless you're looking directly at it in bright light. This probably just looks black. Ebony on the headstock, fingerboard and bridge and binding. And this guitar is French polished. I haven't done that for a while, but this is a hand application of shellac. It's a very old style of finish, and it has the advantage of being the thinnest finish that I know of for a guitar. It ends up being about 2/1000ths of an inch thick, 1.5 2/1000ths of an inch thick, and that's opposed to my lacquer finishes, which are usually about 4/1000ths of an inch thick. So there's less finish on there and theoretically less damping. I think you can hear the difference. I do think that it sounds really good and it has a very nice open sound. Let me play a little bit and we'll see what you think. Of course, we don't have the lacquered one to compare it to, but it's more of like a feeling thing. You know, the way the instrument responds seems super, well, it's as if, you know, you put finish on the guitar and it's really there to, not for sound, it's there to protect the wood from getting dirty and beat up. So it can be a detriment. Like probably the best sound guitar has no finish, but it would be pretty shabby looking pretty quick. So let's see. This guitar has a really beautiful, warm voice. The Redwood, you know, differs mainly from a spruce in that, you know, it's a softer, lighter wood. And I think that like cedar, it imparts a warmth to the instrument that spruce is never going to give. This guitar is incredibly warm. Just that. Just a really creamy, very present, but very creamy voice. It's like no harshness whatsoever to it. So the only drawback really to this shellac finish, to a French polish finish, there are two kind of, and one is that it's just not as durable as lacquer. And you have to treat it very carefully. It's traditionally the instrument or the finish of classical guitars. And I guess there's something about classical guitars that you expect them to be treated more carefully. But I think in the high-end steel string guitar realm, a lot of people treat their instruments very carefully. And the other is that, you know, it's not a spray finish. It's hand applied. And it is less perfect than shellac, rather than lacquer, which basically with lacquer, you spray it on a little bit thick and you hand polish it with sandpapers and you flatten it and then polish it on a buffing wheel. Whereas the shellac is brought up very, very slowly, like one molecule at a time. and brought to a polish without ever really going back down. That's how it manages to be so thin. But so it's a really nice look, but you can tell that it's a shellac, that it's a French polished instrument. To me, it looks beautiful and handmade and precious. I'll play one more little thing on this guitar and then get out of here. And let's see, what should I play? Well, I guess I'll play something sort of bluegrassy, because you wouldn't expect that on some weird contemporary instrument with French polish. So I'll do that. Now, what a beautiful sustain. So there it is, Tunnel 14, Brazilian Rosewood Arum. Thank you, Jim. It's coming to you soon.